Dear students, in this video we will consider the question answer of second chapter. In this, first we will do the check your knowledge. First question, true and false. A part, ruminant are grass eating animals. Yes, true it is. In human beings, the process of digestion starts in the liver. False. Process of digestion starts from the mouth. Bile is stored in the pancreas. This is false because bile is stored in the gallbladder. Next, amoeba captures food through its mouth. It is false because amoeba captures its food from a pseudopodia. Canines are used for grinding and chewing. Canines are used for ओनली टीयरिंग, दैट इज़ फॉल्स. तो बेटा इसके अंदर फर्स्ट में ट्रू है, सेकंड में फॉल्स और थर्ड में फॉल्स, फोर्थ भी फॉल्स है और फिफ्थ भी फॉल्स है. नेक्स्ट राइट वन वर्ड आंसर्स. फर्स्ट, अ फ्लैशी मस्कुलर ऑर्गन प्रेजेंट इन आवर माउथ दैट इज नॉन एज अ टंग. टंग हमारा क्या है? फ्लैशी मस्कुलर ऑर्गन है. द फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शन फाउंड इन अमीबा फॉर मोमेंट एंड कैप्चर फूड. तो फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शन है, उसका नाम है स्यूडोपोडिया. द इनटेक ऑफ फूड इन द बॉडी इज नॉन एज अ इंजेशन. जो फूड को अंदर लेके जा रहे हैं उसका नाम क्या है? इंजेशन. द डाइजेस्टिव जूस सिक्रेटेड बाय द लीवर, वो क्या है? बाइल है. द एंजाइम फाउंड इन द स्लाइवा secreted in mouth is known as a amylase. Next, give one example for each of the following. An animal having 4-chambered stomach that is known as a ruminant. Ruminant के 4 chambers होते हैं. A gland that secretes juice containing fat digesting enzymes. एक gland, उसका नाम क्या है? पेनक्रियाज, जो क्या कर रही है? फैट के डाइजेस्टिंग एंजाइम्स को रिलीज कर रही है. फिर है अ जूस दैट एक्ट्स ओनली ऑन कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स. वो है आपका डाइजेस्टिव जूस जो कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स के ऊपर ही काम करता है. नेक्स्ट है एन एंजाइम दैट हेल्प्स इन डाइजेस्टिंग प्रोटीन फूड. तो वो क्या है? पैप्सिन जो है एक एंजाइम है जो क्या कर रहा है? प्रोटीन को डाइजेस्ट कर रहा है. टाइप ऑफ टीथ विच हेल्प इन द बाइटिंग. इंसीजर. इंसीजर क्या कर रहे हैं? बाइट कर रहे हैं, बाइटिंग में हेल्प कर रहे हैं. Now in this difference question, difference between incisor and molar. First discuss the incisor. Incisors are known as the biting teeth because we will use this for the biting, and they are total in 8, 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw. ये टोटल 8 होते हैं, 4 ऊपर और 4 नीचे jaw में होते हैं. They have flat, sharp and chisel shape end. तो इनकी जो है फ्लैट और शार्प चीज़ल नुकीली सी शेप होती है इनकी. एंड दे नेक्स्ट पॉइंट में आएगा दीज हेल्प इन बाइटिंग एंड कटिंग फूड. ये जो इंसीजर है वो बाइट करने में और कट करने में, फूड को कट करने में हेल्प करते हैं. तो ये 4 पॉइंट तो आपकी क्या है? इंसीजर के हैं. फिर आपका आता है मोलर का. मोलर का फर्स्ट पॉइंट है मोलर आर नॉन एज अ क्रशिंग एंड ग्राइंडिंग टीथ. मोलर जो है वो क्रश करने के लिए और ग्राइंड करने के लिए यूज़ होते हैं. दे आर 12. ये टोटल कितने होते हैं? 12. 6 ऊपर वाले जॉ में और 6 नीचे वाले जॉ में. ठीक है. उसके बाद है दे आर बिगर देन द प्रीमोलर एंड हैव ब्रॉड फ्लैट सरफेस. इनका साइज जो है वो प्रीमोलर से बड़ा होता है और ये ब्रॉड होते हैं, फ्लैट इनका सरफेस होता है. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है फोर्थ पॉइंट, दीज हेल्प इन फर्दर ग्राइंडिंग. एक बार जो ग्राइंड हो गया उसको दोबारा से और ज़्यादा ग्राइंड करने के लिए हम इनको यूज़ करते हैं. And crushing the food. Difference between small intestine and large intestine. First we will discuss the small intestine. The small intestine is highly coiled and it is about 8 meters long and it receives secretion from liver and pancreas. The partially digested food reaches the lower of the small intestine where the intestinal juices completes the process of digestion of all component of the food. क्या होता है? स्मॉल इंस्टेंटाइन जो है वो क्या है? बहुत ज़्यादा कॉइल्ड फॉर्म में होती है और ये 8 मीटर लंबी है कम से कम. ये क्या करती है? डिफरेंट ग्लैंड्स के साथ से लीवर से क्या करती है? सिक्रेशन को लेती है, रिसीव करती है और इसके अंदर क्या है? पार्शली फूड जो है वो पहुंचता है और उसके बाद डाइजेशन शुरू हो जाता है इसके अंदर और डाइजेशन सारे के सारे कंपोनेंट जो है वो स्मॉल इंस्टेंटाइन के अंदर डाइजेस्ट हो जाते हैं. उसके बाद फूड लार्ज इंस्टेंटाइन में चला जाता है. तो अब लार्ज इंस्टेंटाइन के पॉइंट क्या होंगे? फूड दैट रिमेन्स अनडाइजेस्टेड एंड अनअब्जर्व. जो फूड डाइजेस्ट नहीं है और एब्जर्व भी नहीं किया उसमें से कुछ, वो फूड कहाँ पे है? लार्ज इंस्टेंटाइन में है. ठीक है. द लार्ज इंस्टेंटाइन इज अंडर एंड वाइडर and the shorter than the small intestine. जो लार्ज इंस्टेंटाइन है वो वाइड है, चौड़ी है और लेकिन छोटी है किससे, स्मॉल इंस्टेंटाइन से। और थर्ड पॉइंट क्या होएगा, इट्स फंक्शन इज टू एब्जर्व वाटर एंड सम सॉल्ट्स फ्रॉम द अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड। इसका जो काम है ना लार्ज इंस्टेंटाइन का, ये ऑब्जर्व करेगा वाटर को और कुछ सॉल्ट्स को, जहाँ पे जो हमारा अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड है वहाँ से वाटर और सॉल्ट को ऑब्जर्व करेगा। तो इस तरह से हमारे 3 पॉइंट्स डिफरेंस बन जाते हैं। उसके बाद डिफरेंस है इंजेशन और इजेशन का। इंजेशन देखो, जो द प्रोसेस ऑफ इनटेकिंग फूड इन आवर बॉडी इज नॉन एज इंजेशन। हमारी बॉडी के अंदर हम फूड को किस तरह से लेते हैं उसको हम क्या कहेंगे, इंजेशन। फूड एंटर्स बाय द बॉडी थ्रू आवर माउथ। हमारे माउथ में, हमारे हाथ के थ्रू, या हम कहेंगे हमारी बॉडी के अंदर किसके थ्रू जा रहा है, माउथ में जा रहा है, मुंह में हाथ के थ्रू और जो बॉडी के अंदर माउथ के थ्रू। तो ये क्या है, हमारा इंजेशन का पार्ट है। इजेशन क्या है, रिमूवल ऑफ अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड इज कॉल्ड द इजेशन। बॉडी में से अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड को हम रिमूव करेंगे, वो क्या है, इजेशन है। और फेशियल मैटर इज डिस्चार्ज थ्रू द एनस फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम। जो हमारा फेशियल मैटर है वो कहाँ से निकलेगा, बॉडी के एनस में से टाइम टू टाइम बाहर निकल जाएगा। तो ये हमारा इंजेशन और इजेशन का डिफरेंस है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, एक्सप्लेन द फॉलोइंग टर्म। फर्स्ट ऑफ विलाई। विलाई क्या है, देखो, द इनर लाइनिंग ऑफ स्मॉल इंस्टेंटाइन हैज़ अ फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शन कॉल्ड विली। आप क्या करोगे, जो स्मॉल इंस्टेंटाइन है उसके ऊपर देखोगे कि फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शन बने हुए हैं, छोटी छोटी उंगलियों के निशान से लग रहे हैं, तो उसको हम बोलते हैं विलाई। और ये क्या करता है, अपने सरफेस एरिया को इंक्रीज कर लेते हैं। तो विलाई इंक्रीज द सरफेस एरिया फॉर एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ डाइजेस्टेड फूड। जब फूड को इसने डाइजेस्ट करना होता है तो ये अपने सरफेस एरिया को क्या कर देता है, कम या ज़्यादा कर लेता है। तो ये क्या करेगा, इंक्रीज करेगा जब इसने एब्जॉर्ब करना है। तो दे आर रिचली सप्लाइड विद दैट ब्लड वेसल्स। ये इसके साथ में क्या है, ब्लड वेसल्स कनेक्ट होती हैं। तो क्या होगा कि जब इन्होंने ब्लड मतलब न्यूट्रिएंट्स को, जो भी कंपोनेंट्स है फूड हैं, उसको क्या करना है, स्मॉल इंस्टेंटाइन से एब्जर्व करना है, तो ये क्या करेगा, अपना सरफेस एरिया इंक्रीज कर लेगा और इनको एब्जर्व कर लेगा और उसके बाद इसको कहाँ पे भेजेगा, सप्लाई कर देगा ब्लड वेसल्स में। तो ब्लड वेसल्स में ये जो फूड कंपोनेंट्स हैं ये मिक्स होके और ट्रांसपोर्ट होना शुरू हो जाएगा। इसके बाद है हमारा एब्जॉर्प्शन। एब्जॉर्प्शन क्या होता है, द डाइजेस्टेड फूड पासिस इनटू द ब्लड वेसल्स इन द वॉल ऑफ इंस्टेंटाइन। दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड द एब्जॉर्प्शन। एब्जॉर्प्शन में क्या होगा कि जो डाइजेस्टेड फूड है वो अब कहाँ जा रहा है, हमारा ब्लड के अंदर चला गया है। तो ब्लड के अंदर जो है ट्रांसपोर्ट हो रहा है फूड, और जहाँ जहाँ ज़रूरत है वहाँ वहाँ चला गया, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं एब्जॉर्प्शन। इसके बाद है एसिमिलेशन। एसिमिलेशन में क्या होगा, द न्यूट्रिएंट्स आर एब्जर्व इन द ब्लड। ब्लड के अंदर सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स आर एब्जर्व इन द ब्लड हो गए एंड आर ट्रांसपोर्टेड टू रेस्ट ऑफ द बॉडी, और पूरी बॉडी के अंदर ट्रांसफर हो गए। द एब्जर्व फूड इज यूज्ड बाय द बॉडी टू बिल्ड न्यू सेल्स। तो ये जो फूड कंपोनेंट्स बॉडी ने लिए हैं वो क्या काम करेंगे, नए सेल्स को बनाएंगे, रिपेयर करेंगे ओल्ड सेल्स को, एंड प्रोड्यूस एनर्जी। और साथ में क्या मिलेगी, हमारी बॉडी को एनर्जी मिलेगी फॉर वेरियस लाइफ प्रोसेस। दिस इज कॉल्ड द एसिमिलेशन। तो एसिमिलेशन में क्या होगा, जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स एब्जर्व हुए हैं और ब्लड के अंदर ट्रांसपोर्ट होकर सेल्स के पास चले गए हैं, तो अब उस सेल्स, हमारी बॉडी उसको क्या कर रही है, यूज़ कर रही है नए सेल्स बनाने में, रिपेयर करने में, और साथ में हमारी बॉडी को क्या मिल रही है, एनर्जी मिल रही है बहुत सारी हमारी एक्टिविटीज़ को करने में। तो ये सारा क्या है, एसिमिलेशन है। उसके बाद आता है रुमिनेशन। रुमिनेशन क्या है, जो पार्शियली डाइजेस्टेड फूड जो होता है उसको हम बोलते हैं कड। तो क्या पार्शियली डाइजेस्टेड फूड इज कॉल्ड कड। और एनिमल्स इसको क्या करते हैं, दैट विल ब्रिंग बैक स्वेलोड फूड, यानी एक बार फूड को अपने अंदर ले जाते हैं, उसको दोबारा से वापस ले आते हैं। जब ये एक बार मुंह में लेके जाते हैं तो जल्दी जल्दी अपनी जो टंग है ना उससे अंदर ले जाते हैं, थोड़ा थोड़ा च्यू कर लेते हैं, तो इसको बोलते हैं पार्शली च्यू फूड। तो ये क्या होता है, कड होता है, और इसको स्वेलो कर जाएंगे और फिर इसको वापस बुलाएंगे, लेके आएंगे, फिर आराम से बैठ कर इसको च्यू करेंगे। तो ये क्या होता है, ये सारा का सारा प्रोसेस क्या कहलाता है, रुमिनेशन। तो रुमिनेशन क्या है, पार्शियली डाइजेस्टेड फूड इज कॉल्ड कर्ड। एनिमल ब्रिंग्स बैक द swallowed food into the mouth and chew it again. This process in the grass eating animal is called the rumination. After that, next question है, name the 5 stages involved in the process of digestion. तो इसमें क्या आएगा, ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation और egestion. Amoeba. First come from about the amoeba. What is amoeba? Amoeba is microscopic organism that is found in the muddy water, that is polluted water we can say. muddied water are in the ditches, where that small only little water and mud is there, that amoeba is present. So, and it is a microscopic organism. So, we will discuss the nutrition in the amoeba, that how the amoeba is taking food, it will digest, and after that digestion, how it will bring out the food. So, according to this diagram, you will see that amoeba body that is completely flexible, and that you will see that the outside layer, that is known as a cell membrane. Cell membrane covers the amoeba body because that is a single cellular organism, and that cell is covered by the cell membrane. And amoeba body is flexible, means constantly it will change its shape of the body. So body is flexible, it do not have a defined shape, that in different shape it will form itself. So according to this figure, you will see there will be cell membrane. Cell membrane means outside of the cell, outer layer of the cell, that is known as the cell membrane, and this is known as a contractile vacuole. Contractile vacuole means this is a vacuole, and which will remove the excess water from the cell. After that, small bubbles are present in this figure. That bubble, or we can say that these are known as the food vacuoles. These food vacuoles help in the digestion of food. That's why that is known as the food vacuoles. And sometime it will form whenever that amoeba will sense food. That time it will make the finger-like projection, that is known as the pseudopodia. How it's mentioned over here. The pseudopodia is a false projection, finger-like projection. Whenever it will sense food, then it will form to take food inside the body. So in this way, according to this figure, you will see that how amoeba is taking food, or how its structure is there. So pseudopodia, that is a finger-like projection. Food vacuole, that helps in the digestion of food. Contractile vacuole, that means remove the excess water from the amoeba cell. And in the center, we can say there is a nucleus. Nucleus, we can say that all activities of the amoeba is performed by the nucleus. So in this way, nutrition in amoeba. So feeding in amoeba, according to which you will see these are the different steps through which you will understand the feeding in the amoeba. In the first step, amoeba, you can say that amoeba body is a flexible, any kind of structure is forming, that is the amoeba body. It will sense food. When it will sense food, then it will start making a cavity-like or finger-like structure, that is known as the pseudopodia. After it will form the pseudopodia, it will make a cavity. After that cavity, afterward this cavity only becomes the food vacuole. So here in this third step, you will see that it will just close the pseudopodia and take the food inside, and it becomes the vacuole. After that, inside the amoeba body, digestion occurs by the food vacuole, because that digestive juices will secrete, and that in the vacuole, in the food vacuole only digestion will start, and whatever amoeba will take inside, it will convert into the simpler form. After that, that food will be digested here, and here will be assimilation process. In the assimilation process, the simpler form of the food will be utilized by the cell, that is only amoeba, and after that undigested food, or we can say waste of the food, will be expelled or removed from the amoeba body. So in this way, that amoeba is feeding, it is digesting, it is using that simpler form of the food in the cell, how the cell is fulfilling its daily routine activities by the how much food it is taking and utilizing. That process is known as assimilation. So ingestion, digestion, assimilation, egestion, all kind of process will be performed by only a single cell. Assimilation. In the assimilation we will discuss that what food products, or we can say simple form of the food component, will absorbed by the belly, will go to the body, and by the blood streams it will start moving to the different cells to perform the different activities. When this process completely to perform the different activities by these food components, that is known as the assimilation. And during the assimilation, what will be there? That what food components were there, that will further divide, or we can say convert it to the more simple form, and it is utilized during this, like the carbohydrates that has converted to the glucose. Now when glucose is utilized by our body, then it will convert into the carbon dioxide, water and energy. Carbon dioxide and water will move from the body, and energy is utilized by our body to perform different kind of activities. Same way, amino acid will utilized by the cells or by the tissues. Whenever the cells are we can say tissues are ruptured and cell has to prepare more cells, then during the division of cell we can say, so that time that protein amino acid further utilized. Then afterward, last thing is there that fats before in the that small intestine fats convert into the fatty acid and glycerol. That fatty acid and glycerols are used for the different activities to get the energy, and further whatever we have used the energy, that is okay, or whatever left unused energy, we can say that is reserved as a preserver in our body only. So this is the assimilation process. In the assimilation process, how the food components are utilized by our body. Nutrition in human, we have to discuss from ingestion to egestion, how we are taking food and how we are digesting. Then digested, a simpler form of the food, how it is utilized by our body, and then unwanted waste material, how it is passing through our body. All these steps we will discuss in the nutrition in humans. As every day everybody wants to like a kind of food, and we are taking a different kind of food in the different timings, but our body every time that is having a digestive system to digest every kind of food. Now first of all I will tell you what is the ingestion. Ingestion means in taking of food in our mouth, and when food will go in our mouth, in mouth there is a pair of different pairs, or we can say kind of teeth is there, which will help to chew the food. And in the mouth only there is a pair of salivary gland which will release the salivary or saliva, we can say. Saliva have the digestive juices to digest the food. There only tongue is present which will help to move food here and there in the mouth only, which will make it slippery, fluffy, pulpy, and we can say it will convert it. It will help to convert in the small part. After that, it will start moving, and you will see in the picture that this is our mouth, and food will go to the mouth, and it will be fluffy and fleshy, we can say soft. After that mouth, this is the alimentary canal, or we can say food canal. Food will come over here. This alimentary canal is flexible. Sometimes when we are engulfing a large amount of food, that time it will just, its inner linings we can say will relax, and it will increase its surface area. So relaxation and contraction, both processes happening with the alimentary canal. This alimentary canal we can say this is the long tube which ends at the stomach, and it will pass the half chewed or semi chewed food to the stomach. In the stomach, we have different kind of digestion. This is stomach, and stomach we can say this is the wider part of the alimentary canal, because alimentary canals and this stomach's starting point. In the stomach, there will be three, we can say, things: digestive juice, mucus, and the hydrochloric acid. The inner lining of the stomach will release these things, and the digestion, further digestion will be in the stomach with the help of these. First of all, we will discuss the hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid kills the germs and provide acidic mediums to digest further that food is there, and it will help in the digestion. If we will see that from where germs came, sometimes what is there that when we are taking food and that food contains the germs, that germs will kill in the stomach by the hydrochloric acid that is secreted by the inner linings of the stomach. Second thing in the stomach, that is digestive juices. Digestive juices contains protein digestive enzyme that is known as the pepsin, which will help to break down the protein into the simpler substances, or we can say simpler parts. After that, in stomach only, third thing is mucus. Mucus help in the digestion, because when the hydrochloric acid provides the acidic medium, then it will control the acid medium and provide the further proper digestion by the mucus. In this case, in the stomach, by the hydrochloric acid, by the mucus, and by the digestive juices, food. Sometimes questions arises that what is the role of mucus? The role of mucus is that it will protect the inner lining of the stomach from the digestive juices and from the acid. And in the stomach only, food will become the creamy and we can say soft, and now it is further digested in the small parts. And sometimes questions arises that what is the role of hydrochloric acid? Hydrochloric acid kills the germ, provide acidic medium, and help in the digestion. Now in the stomach, food is digested. It will now move to the small intestine. In the small intestine, you can see that in the small intestine, that from the stomach food will pass in the small intestine, and in the small intestine, its inner linings also secretes the different digestive juices, or we can say enzymes. And the hair, liver, and pancreas also releases the digestive juices. By the secretion of pancreas and liver and the inner lining of the small intestine, that it will pass, it will secrete the enzymes. With the help of these things, now in the small intestine, that food which has digested in the stomach will be further digested, and afterward in the small intestine, food will come to the lower part of the small intestine, and here what carbohydrate was there which we have taken in the food, that will convert into the sugar. Sugar is a simpler form, simplest, we can say simplest form, and afterward which protein we have taken, that will convert into the amino acid, and that fats will convert into the fatty acid and the glycerol. These will be the end product of the digestion. Sometimes questions ask, what will be the end product of the digestion? The end product of digestion will be carbohydrates break into the sugar, protein breaks into the amino acid, and fats break into the fatty acid and glycerol. In this way, digestion completely, we can say that over here in the small intestine.
The parts of the alimentary canal are buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, rectum, and anus. The food gets digested gradually as it passes through the various parts of the tract. Digestive juices secreted by the salivary glands, liver, and pancreas also aid esophagus or food pipe. The swallowed food from the mouth passes onto the esophagus. The epiglottis, which is a flap-like structure behind the tongue, directs the food into the esophagus and prevents entry into the larynx. The peristaltic movements of the esophagus helps the food to move down the tract till it reaches the stomach. Stomach. Stomach is a bag-like structure with thick wall. It is in the shape of a flattened U and is the widest part in the alimentary canal. The food that enters the stomach is churned and mixes with the mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices secreted by the inner lining of the stomach. The acid helps to kill the bacteria present in the food. It also makes the medium in the stomach acidic. The digestive juices secreted by the stomach break down proteins into simpler substances. Then the food is emptied into small intestine. Small intestine. Small intestine is a highly coiled structure and is about 7.5 meters long. As soon as the small intestine receives food from the stomach, the digestive juices from liver and pancreas are mixed into it. Liver. Liver is the largest gland in the human body and is situated in the upper side of the abdomen. To the right, it is reddish-brown in color. It secretes bile, which breaks down fats. Bile is stored in gallbladder between meals. Pancreas. Pancreas is a leaf-shaped and cream-colored gland located just below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice, which acts and breaks down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. After this is completed, the partially digested food reaches the lower part of the small intestine, where intestinal juices act upon the food and completes digestion of any remaining components in food. The carbohydrates in the food break down into sugars like glucose, fats into fatty acids, and glycerol, and proteins into amino acids.
Nutrition in grass-eating animals. If we will consider the animals which are eating the grass, their nutrition also like that, only how humans nutrition is there. It will also follow the same steps: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and then egestion. But something different in the grass-eating animals, that is different. How I will tell you that they are taking grass in the mouth, and they have ability to bring out the partially or we can say little chewed food back, and this is known as a rumen, because this partially chewed food will store in the part of stomach for the timings, and this is known as a rumen. And which animals have this ability? That animals are known as a ruminants. And ruminant examples are cow, buffalo. These are the example of the ruminants. And rumination is the process in which animals will bring back the partially chewed food for the further chewing. That process is known as the rumination. Ruminants have the ability to digest the cellulose. Cellulose means that the fleshy substance that is present in the plants, so they are able to digest that cellulose which is getting from the plants. So if you will consider or compare the stomach or digestive system of the human being or of the grass-eating animals, there is very large difference in the stomach only. That our stomach do not have any chambers, but animals or grass-eating animals have a stomach which have the four chamber, and that food, or we can say which is partially cured food, will store in the stomach. It will passes in that stomach which has a four chamber and the straps, and after that digestion will over, and then absorption, assimilation and digestion will be there. Now you will see, according to figure, you will see this is the figure of a grass-eating animal. In this figure, a part that is known as the rumen. In the rumen, half of partially cured food will be stored. This is the first and largest chamber of the grass-eating animal. After that rumen, food will come to the reticulum, and in reticulum is the second chamber of the stomach of the grass-eating animal. The reticulum will help to bring back the curd. Curd means partially cured food back to reach you again. And this reticulum opens into the omasum. Omasum is the third and the smallest chamber of the we can say stomach, and excess water will be absorbed. The last is the omasum. Omasum is the last chamber of the stomach, and here the digestion will be over. See the labeling. In A is the omasum, B is rumen, and F is intestine. C is esophagus, D is reticulum, and E is omasum.